Hi and welcome back. I'm so glad you made it to the third video in this series. So far, we've figured out how to write characters that people actually care about. And we've looked at different types of conflict so that we can take that character that people care about and put them in a story worth telling. Now, we're going to look at setting, and it's not something I want to spend a whole lot of time talking about, but it is definitely worth mentioning before we start writing the plot of your story. Right off the bat, I just want you to look at the following images and then in the slides, write what kind of story you think these settings would belong to. So you're probably getting the idea that the purpose here is that the setting should reflect the mood or the atmosphere that the story is trying to tell. For example, you're not going to see a whole lot of horror films set on a bright sunny day with a rainbow. They are going to be on dark, stormy nights. Conversely, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of love stories written during a lightning storm. I'm not saying these things can't happen, I'm just saying when you're a new writer, let's explore how we can use setting as a tool to enhance our ideas. Setting should cover 4 basic things. Historical time. You see a lot of war films that are told about stories in the past. And you see a lot of sci-fi films from the future. But most of the things we see are set in present day. Time of year. Is it winter, fall, summer, spring? This can have an effect on the mood in your story. Location. Where does your story take place? Where on Earth does your story take place? Or if you've seen The Martian, on Mars, maybe your story doesn't even take place on Earth. Guardians of the Galaxy, and pretty much every other sci-fi film ever created. And I'm calling this the 4th thing, but really it's just an extension of the 3rd thing, location. Not so much where on Earth, but where does your film take place, or where does your story take place, rather. Take a look at these. Here's Andy's room. They go to other places in Toy Story, including the Pizza Planet and Sid's house, but a good amount of the story takes place in Andy's room. Notice how this setting is showing that everything is cowboys, everything is all about Woody, and at the start of the movie, Woody is the favorite toy. But as the movie progresses, you'll see a lot of this stuff change to Buzz Lightyear, and that helps telling our story. Take a look at the desert wasteland behind WALL-E. This story is about loneliness, and this setting is the visual representation of loneliness. How about Finding Nemo? They get up to the edge, looking over the cliff, and there is the great expanse of the unknown. In this one simple picture of Wakanda, we can gather a lot of information, but none more importantly, that this civilization is a lot more advanced than ours. Let's take a look at Thor's home. This setting displays exactly what Thor is all about. And finally, my favorite setting, a blast from the past to my childhood, right into blockbuster video, falls Captain Marvel. The 90s are back in a big way, folks. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Okay, we've considered 3 super important things. Characters that people like, conflict for stories worth telling, and now we're using setting as a tool to better tell that story, or to create a mood or atmosphere around the feeling in the story that we're trying to create. Now it's finally time to start writing your story. Click on the next video and let's talk about plot.